So today on the Show Me the Data podcast, we are fortunate to have Karolina from Surfer SEO. She's going to walk us through a very unique campaign that she's taken from kind of the B2C traditional world and brought to the B2B world. Karolina, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Let's do this.
Yeah, awesome. So I know there's big topics of conversations around Black Friday and what that means for consumers, and especially now with people working remotely and the shift to digital commerce. But last year, you actually took the initiative into your own hand, and from a B2B context, went out and ran a Black Friday campaign. Can you walk us through the thought process there and what led you to running that type of campaign?
Sure. To give you a little bit of the context, as you mentioned, Surfer is a B2B brand, right? We're serving a SaaS application for our users. What we basically do, we're a leading SEO tool for on-page optimization. So we help people get more organic traffic with the same amount of content, but with fewer backlinks. So in November 2019, we ran second Black Friday campaign, which brought us 251 people on board. And in 2019, we had just 500 customers. And this campaign, Black Friday campaign, helped us boost our monthly recurring revenue a lot, since we got so many people and half of them are still with us right now. So the main idea behind the campaign was to give some special offer to people who are new to Surfer. And our first thought here was to give those people a discount, right? This is kind of an obvious step, but we decided that it's kind of dangerous. A day before launch of the campaign, we decided to switch from 30% discount to increasing limits in our plans. We thought that offering a discount has three big disadvantages to all of you who think about giving special offers. So first of all, giving discounts disvalue your product, right? So if you do special offers again and again and again, people would never like to buy a product for a full price. Think of Grammarly, for example, or Wix. Those two products come to my mind. They always offer some sweet deal, right? And I don't know if anyone buys for the full price. So we wanted to definitely avoid this situation. The second reason why discounting a product doesn't make sense is that your current user base may feel betrayed. Maybe you will lose trust from them because they purchase for the full price and suddenly you're giving some good deal for new users, right? And of course, the third reason is the bottom line. If after a year you wake up and all your users are paying discounted price, it can be really, daunting, definitely. So we decided that lifting our plans by adding 50% queries, which translates in terms of Surfer in 50% more analyzed keywords, would be much better deal, will be still interesting and attractive to our potential user base.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and one interesting, I think, nugget there, and something that maybe you can elaborate on, is the deal was specifically to bring in new clients, and we can talk about that goal. But it also was something, because you weren't discounting, you were comfortable in offering the same thing to existing clients. Was that the approach?
Yeah. So we felt secure in this case that if our current database, our users will approach us and they say, hey, I want this deal to my account too. So we could agree easily because it didn't cost us a thing, right? And this 50% bigger plan was applied for the 6 months. So we also thought that it could be very healthy for our retention, because if you unsubscribe from Surfer, you would lose this deal. So that could kind of secure people for the next half of a year.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, from a net new client acquisition perspective, walk us through what the goal was when you started out and started to plan for your Black Friday campaign.
Sure. So we started in November with 500 customers, as I mentioned, and at the beginning of December we doubled this number. And that's not only because of this Black Friday deal. We also did some deal with one of our biggest affiliates, and we went to Chiang Mai SEO conference, which was also a huge boost to our revenue. But the goal for our Black Friday deal was to sell 100 plans. It was still a lot for us, and it also meant a lot for our business because we are fully bootstrapped, and for us, money is, the reason why we are here, why we can hire new people and can make us close our business, from month to another month. So our goal was to have 100 customers. We wanted to push yearly plans, especially. We thought that would be a good reason for people to purchase yearly plans. And we sold 30 yearly plans, so it was lower than we expected. But selling 251 plans in total was a huge surprise for us, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I can imagine. So really, and I guess there's two sides of that. One is from a yearly goal perspective, it came up a little bit short, but on the other side of it and getting people into your customer base, it exceeded your goal of 100 overall customers.
Yeah, we didn't even think about in terms of yearly goals because our founders didn't get paid in this time. So it was really about going from month to month and to consistently grow our user base. And now, almost a year later, we can talk about yearly goals. But back then, it was not the case for us.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah.
So walk us through how you were targeting people. And so I think you may have mentioned email is a big channel in which you had a marketable database you could go to. But walk us through how big that email list was, and then we can get into some of those conversion rates and what we saw from there.
Sure. So we had like 7,000 people on our email list. Those were mostly marketing leads, but also people who used to have trial at Surfer, but they didn't convert to a paying customer. So those were 7,000 people. What we also did, we did some paid advertising. We spent not a lot of money. It was $1,000 for Google ads and for Facebook ads. Nothing fancy, to be honest. We were just doing basic stuff to promote our deal. And we also engaged our affiliate marketers who are promoting our product. And they were also happy to promote this deal because it could also influence their outcomes, right? And there was one thing that was a big question mark in our team. It was investing in a sponsorship in Black Hat Friday. If you guys don't know what it is basically a landing page with SEO tools for Black Friday with their great deals. And to be ranked in the top 3, to be seen at the beginning of this page, we paid $3,000. Which was huge amount of cash for us back then. So it was controversial, and we were talking about it for a long time. And when I look back, I think we would do just as well without spending this $3,000 with our user base, with our email list, and with ads and social media.
Yeah, so just I guess there's an interesting, when you think about how we're going to spend money and what channels you would double down on. If you were to do it again going forward, the Black Hat Friday probably wouldn't be one of those channels that you would want to reinvest in. Is that fair?
They have very specific audience, and those are mostly affiliates and very advanced SEOs who are freelancers, and they have hundreds of websites, for example, right? Those affiliate marketers were mostly our target group back then. Now we're going a little bit broader because it's very, very narrow niche. So I think we would need to do this kind of promotion to spend those money on the sponsorship. We can easily reach those people with other channels that we have and with growing email lists that we have. So the answer is no, we wouldn't invest in Black Hat Friday in 2020.
Fair. Now, there was a number of different channels that you're using, from Facebook to Google to this Black Hat Friday. Walk us through the conversion rates that you saw from visitors and then ultimately people that ended up buying. And we know that there was 251 that ended up purchasing the plan, but
Yeah.
talk us through how that kind of translated from traffic to ultimate paying subscriber.
You know, the beauty of Black Friday, if you guys are considering doing this kind of deal in the future, the beauty of Black Friday is that you only measure conversion to paid plans to your subscribers, right? So this is like the ultimate goal, to have as many people as possible to subscribe. We had like 4,000 sessions on this landing page that we created for Black Friday deal. It was a nice long sales page that we created specifically because we knew that we will have some cold traffic there, and the conversion of this page was 6%, as you can probably count yourself. So it was spectacular, because normally our conversion rate for our website for the trial user is 1% for the whole website. So seeing 6% on this landing page was huge. And to give you like a better perspective, we normally got 1 to 5 customers at its best daily to our user base. And during those 4 days of promotion, Black Friday promotion, we earned 60 users per day, around 60 users. So it was huge. It was like me and the whole team, we were just sitting and refreshing Stripe to see those numbers growing. It was crazy, you know, vanity metrics. No, but it was very nice experience in those terms, definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's an incredible conversion rate from a landing page from a relatively cold audience. That's very, very high. Now, we've talked a little bit about conversion, the number of clients. Talk to us about the number or the revenue that was influenced by the campaign.
Sure. So our revenue, we got, because of the yearly plans, we got like $20K directly to our bank account, which was huge. Our monthly recurring revenue jumped by $13K, which for a small smart startup, we were just 7 people back then. We are 15 right now. So back then it was a huge boost in our revenue. And it definitely helped us hire 3 new people basically to our team. The whole, you know, all our activities from November helped us hire great developers to our team. So that's like the most positive outcome from this campaign, I would say, having great talents in our team right now.
That's awesome. And so I guess we can kind of do some math here, and there was $3K on the Black Hat Friday website, and then there's another additional $1,000 spent on Facebook and Google ads. So if we're looking at 4K in spend, walk us through some of those metrics around the cost of acquiring a new customer and the plans that they were signing up for, to give us an idea of what that CAC looks like.
So yeah, as you probably can calculate yourself, we spent $4,000 in total when it comes to paid promotion. The main investment was our time and our, you know, programmers, product people, and our marketing team. We spent a lot of time crafting emails, creating the landing page, doing some crazy copywriting stuff back then, investing in design. So basically for one customer, and just note that our cheapest plan is $29. For one customer, when it comes to paid advertising, it was $15 per new subscriber. So the return of investment was huge for us, and no doubt that it paid off for us back then. And it gave us the boost that we needed. I wouldn't break down to those channels because I know that you would like to hear it. I can tell you that from like paid advertisement, we got 1,000 visitors on our page, and the conversion was very similar between those channels. From the Black Hat Friday, it was 300, 400 people, but you know, the buyer intent was really high from those people, so it was still a good traffic, high quality traffic.
And you bring up an interesting note there, just in terms of your cheapest plan is $29. So for someone who's listening that may have more of a higher ACV or a higher plan price, do you think, based on your experience, that it could be applicable to other segments of the market where you may have a more expensive solution?
So I think I won't answer directly to your question, sorry, but I think that the reason that this campaign went so well for us is because Surfer was really hyped. In November, we were this new shiny thing in the SEO world, right? We went to this Chiang Mai conference when there were like 1,000 SEOs, and they were so interested in Surfer that we knew that they will wait for some deal to make the purchase. So if it was just like 100% cold audience and no brand visibility before, I think that the Black Friday deal wouldn't go so well. So if you are, for example, just starting and you're not sure what your value proposition is, probably those numbers are not in your reach. That's how I feel. So when we talk about, more expensive tools, I think that this rule applies as well. So if you have a brand that is well known, if you know that there is some demand, but for example, people can't afford for some reason your tool, maybe it's a good push for them to become your paying customers. And of course, if you offer something for Black Friday or just you have some one-time offer, you don't have to have a discount forever, lifetime, right? Or for example, our Black Friday deal was only for 6 months. So after 6 months, people went back to the standard limits that we offer on our pricing page.
And so I guess just in conclusion, Karolina, in knowing that Black Friday is around the corner, it's a couple months away, do you think that you'll do the campaign again? Will this be something that you'll double down on?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because we are 2,500 customers right now. And, just thinking about the situation when someone would be pissed off because we do some promotion and they want to upgrade their plans for free for some reason, that really gives me a headache. And probably our customer support will get a headache just thinking about it. So I don't have an answer for this just yet. We will probably do something, but we're in a very comfortable situation right now that we don't need a huge boost in our monthly recurring revenue to just, stay alive, which is a big goal for any startup.
Fair enough. So thank you, Karolina, for sharing all of those details. That is awesome. If people want to connect or ask additional questions about the campaign that you run, what's the best way to engage with you?
Sure. So reach me on LinkedIn. You will find me linkedin.com. My name is Karolina Gawron. You will find me. I hope that Alex will write it down. I know Polish names are very complicated. So reach me on LinkedIn. I'm there. Also check out serverseo.com if you want more details about our product. And stay in touch.
Thanks, Karolina. I hope you enjoyed another unfluffy episode of the Show Me the Data podcast. If you want to become part of our community with other demand gen leaders and get exclusive access to Q&As with the guests we have on the show, click the link in the description of the podcast.